Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to create a snow globe in Blender. So yeah, let's get started. So first, as usual, I'll just enable my screencast keys. You don't have to do this. It's just that whenever I press something like any kind of a keyboard shortcut, it should be visible to you on the bottom left hand side corner. So we have a cube. I'll just delete it by pressing X, delete. Then we will add a cylinder, add mesh cylinder, go to edit mode, then just do S, Z or Z and just move it little bit down, go to Y axis, minus Y I mean. So yeah, this looks okay to me. Then we can add a loop cut at the center. So I'll just select this loop cut, I'll add a loop cut at the center and then just do Command B to bevel it. So yeah, something around like this. Then just press E, right click on your mouse, then S to scale it in. So yeah, something like this. Then we need to go to edge select. So we need to select the top and bottom edge. So I'll just go to edge select. I'll just get rid of this loop cut by pressing this particular option. I'll just press this. Okay, so here it has selected the top edge and I'll select the bottom edge as well. Then Command B or Control B to bevel it. So I'll just, okay, not like this, so something like this. Change this number of segments to 3 and then change the shape as well, maybe. Okay, don't change the shape, let it be as it is. Then we need to bevel the outer edge. So I'll just select this particular edge and I'll just do Command B and I'll pull it in. So again, the number of segments is equal to 3 and maybe I'll change the shape to 0.042. So again, if I just zoom in, you can see how it looks. Okay, then we need to select this particular edge and if I zoom in a little bit, just move it like this, I'll select this particular edge as well. Then again, we just need to Command B to bevel it, change the number of segments to 2 and change the shape to 0.84. okay, then again I'll just zoom in, I'll select this particular top bevel as well and again bevel this as well, Command B. Yeah, something like this. Okay, then again we change the segments to 3 and we'll change the shape to 0.5. Then we need to select the top face in face mode. So I'll just select the top face, I'll I to insert it, then G and Z to move it down, then E and S again, then G and Z to move it down and then E and S again and G and Z to move it down. Then we need to select the bottom face. I'll just go and I'll select the bottom, I'll insert it very tiny bit, so something like this, and then I to insert again. So I'll just press I, I'll insert it again, then G and Z to move it up. Then we need to go to object mode and I'll right click, shade smooth, then I'll add a subdivision surface. So I'll go to modifiers, I'll add a subdivision surface over here, then I'll add a UV sphere. So I'll go to add mesh, I'll add a UV sphere, then I'll just do GZ to move it up. Okay, I'll scale it in. Okay, so you should see something like this. Again, if you want, you can move it up as well, more, G and Z to move it up. Yeah, so something like this looks okay to me. Then again, just right click on it, shade smooth, and inside add modifiers we need to add a subdivision surface and I'll also need to add a solidify. I'll change the thickness of solidify to maybe around 0.008. Then I'll just go to wireframe mode by selecting this two, things. Then you can just select a render, and here if you want you can change it to cycles. I'll just show it to you. I mean, it won't make much difference, at least for me. So just select cycles, and in device you can maybe select GPU compute, and in max samples maybe select 45. Okay, then we need to go to this particular URL over here and just download this. I'm just downloading the 1K option, which is fine for me. Then again, let's go back to Blender. Then we need to go to world, and inside color click this, click on environment texture and add the image. So I'll just click on open, go to the downloads folder where I have downloaded the image. I'll click on open image. Then we can go to shading workspace. I'll go to world, and here you can see we see something like this. So what we can do is we first need to add a texture coordinate. So I'll click on add. I'll search for texture coordinate. I'll just add it over here. Then we also need mapping. I'll just search for mapping. I'll add it over here. Then we need to connect the generated of texture coordinate to vector of mapping, and vector of mapping to vector of golden gate. So I'll just select, not like this, sorry, like this. Then again go to object type. So I'll go to layout mode, I'll go to object mode, and sorry, not over here, we'll go to shading, and here we need to go to object, click on new, and here just name it as, sorry, because I need to select an object, and I'll just dismiss this. I'll first need to select our globe or cylinder. I'll click on new, I'll name it as glass, and then change the transmission to 1. So I'll come over here, I'll change transmission to 1 and make roughness as 0. Then we need to go to this particular URL over here and just download this as well, which is a texture. Now we need to unzip this texture, so I'll just unzip it. Then again come back to Blender. Then we just need to go to file, click on append, and here you have to go to your downloads, go over here, click on this blend file, go to material, select this dark wood and click on append. Then we just need to select this bottom part which we have. Okay, and here from this you can just select dark wood. So it has already done all the stuff for us. Then we just need to change each of them from flat to box. So I'll just change this to box, just move it little bit in, this to box as well, this to box as well, this to box as well. So yeah, that's it. Then in mapping, so here you see this mapping. What we need to do is we need to join the object to vector. So I'll just join this, just take this object to vector. Then we need to go to layout mode. Then we need to again I'll just go to solid mode over here. We need to select our cylinder. Then we need to go to edit mode. Then again I just go to wireframe. Then just select the bottom part, something like this. Okay, it has not selected properly. Again I'll just, okay, not like this, maybe I'll just go to -x. I'll select this. Okay, so it has selected properly for me. Then once you have selected this, make sure you enable proportional editing as well, and then just press S and Z or Z and move it like this. Okay, so hopefully you got it. Then just do command plus or control plus, then shift D to duplicate. So we have duplicate and click on it. Then disable proportional editing, and then we need to option S to move it in, so something like this, the duplicated part only. Then just zoom in a little on the duplicated part. We first need to select this edge mode, and we need to select the top edge which we see of our duplicate. So here you can see I have selected it. Now this could be a little bit challenging, so yeah, be careful. Then just do ES to move it in, then again ES to move it in, then F to fill, then GZ to bring it down. Then select the duplicate by pressing L, so it has selected only the duplicate for me. Then just press P, separate by selection, then go to object mode and select your duplicate. You can use this particular thing just so that it is easier. Then from this we can go to modifiers. We will need to delete the solidify modifier. I'll go to object mode as well. Then I'll just go back over here, because I can just hide this sphere, first sphere, so that I only have the duplicate. I can go to solid mode now. Okay, and here you can just search for something called sand seamless texture. Okay, and here you can take some sand, so I will just take this one. You can take whatever you feel like. I'll just save this image. Looks like an AI generated image, I don't know. Okay, then we need to add a material, so I'll just come over here. So I'll just remove glass. I'll click on this new, okay, and I'll click on this. I'll select image texture. I'll click on open. I'll go to downloads where I have downloaded, so this is the image. I'll click on open image. Okay, then we need to go to edit mode, and here you can just I think press option N and click on this recalculate outside. Then go to shading, make sure the duplicate is only selected, this one. Okay, and inside over here, do we see anything? Yeah, maybe change this flat from flat to box. Then add a texture coordinate and add mapping as well, so I'll just add those two. Click on add and search for texture coordinate. Yeah, again I'll click on add and I'll search for mapping. I'll add over here. Then connect generated of texture coordinate to vector of mapping, and add the vector of mapping to vector of image. So not like this, sorry. Then we need to add a bump and connect color. So I'll just come over here, add over here. I'll just, okay, I'm not sure, I think we need to add it over here, so I'll just move it over here as well. I'll move this over here as well. Just add a bump somewhere over here and connect the color of image. Where is, okay, so this is the color, right? So here we will connect the color to height of bump, this one, and normal of bump to normal of principal BHDF. Something like this. Okay, then we can add a color ramp as well in between them, so I can click on add, search for color ramp, paste it over it. Not like this, I'll just do come. Okay, I'll just delete this color ramp, move over here. I'll connect the color to base color. I needed to add a color ramp in between this bump and principal BHDF. Okay, I'll just move it over here. Again, I'll just search for add color ramp and I'll paste it over here. Then I'll just move this. If you want, you can just not able to move it. I think I need to zoom in. Move. Okay, something like this, and move this something like this. Okay, and you can change the strength of your bump as well to 0.071, I guess, and bring back the spear. So yeah, that's it. Let's try to render it, how it looks. So go to file. If you want, you can do this external data pack resources and file, export gltf, go to desktop, go to data, mesh, apply modifiers. I'll export this, then I'll come to this gltf viewer, I'll go to desktop and I'll just drag and drop this. So yeah, this is how you can see it. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.